So the PlayStation 5 console will be using a custom-made CPU and graphics chip from AMD. It is getting ray tracing, we got immersive 3D audio and super fast loading times with NVMe SSD flash-based storage. Now for a long time we thought the PlayStation 5 console, like the Xbox One Series X, would be fully powered by AMD technology, but it seems like the hardware solution for ray tracing will not be coming from AMD according to a recent leak. In this video we're going to look at the PlayStation 5 hardware, we're going to look at how powerful it's going to be, we're gonna look at backwards compatibility as well as release date. Let's get into it. Hey, what is up guys, my name is Robin, welcome to RBN Hardware, I hope you're doing fine. So in terms of power, we know PS5 is going to be a beast. This became even clearer when Gearbox Publishing officially announced a brand new game called Godfall during the Game Award 2019. Now the cool thing about Godfall is that it's been confirmed for both PS5 and PC, and so this is for sure one of the earliest games that we know about launching on PS5 later in 2020, which is mighty exciting. And judging from the trailer, I gotta say the game looks absolutely astonishing. Now, according to the game reveal trailer, Godfall is a fantasy loot-based game that seemingly focuses on melee combat and will engage players to hunt for loot, collecting legendary armor sets and defeat vicious enemies. Godfall will support solo play alongside 2 or 3 player co-op, giving players a range of options to take on missions and complete challenges together. Alright, so prepare for some very interesting leaks coming from no other than Digital Foundry, who has come across some very interesting details in regards to how powerful PS5 and Xbox Series X will be. Now of course, as always with these leaks, you gotta have to take it for what it is, but Digital Foundry seems, after investigating this, be pretty sure that the data actually comes from AMD and that they haven't been tampered with. So what does the leak say? Well, the PS5 will have a GPU with 36 Navi computing units that will deliver 9.2 teraflops. This compares to the PlayStation 4 Pro with its 36 GCN compute power units that delivers 4.2 teraflops, or the regular PS4 model with its 1.84 teraflops. Now what's important to understand here, and Digital Foundry also points this out, is that Navi teraflop delivers better performance than the GCN teraflops, which makes the comparison more difficult here. The GPU should also be able to switch between 3 different modes to allow hardware backward compatibility with PS4 and PS4 Pro, and this sounds fantastic. Now in addition, PS5 will receive an unknown amount of GDDR6 memory running at 448 to 512 gigabytes per second, as well as an 8-core Zen 2 processor. In other words, Sony seems to be investing in a machine that balances performance with price to deliver a decent step compared to current consoles while keeping the price down. So what about the Xbox Series X then? So based on the information Digital Foundry obtained, they estimate that GPU will have 56 Navi compute units, which will deliver a data processing capacity of around 12 teraflops. In addition to that, we also get GDDR6 memory rated at 560 gigabytes per second, and of course an 8-core Zen 2 processor. And so it sounds like Microsoft is investing in a real beast for a console that will be priced a bit higher than the PlayStation 5 as a result. Mark Cerny, lead system architect at Sony, has confirmed a 3rd-gen Ryzen with 8 cores and possibly 16 threads processor. We don't know for sure, but possibly with a boost clock of 3.4 GHz or even higher. It's going to be based on AMD's 7nm Zen 2 architecture, and in terms of GPU, it will be a custom variant of Radeon's Navi family. Now, according to Cerny, ray tracing can be used in more ways than just the visual aspect and light rays. In the exclusive article on Wired, he said the following: if you wanted to run tests to see if the player can hear certain audio sources or if the enemies can hear the player's footsteps, ray tracing is useful for that. It's all the same thing as taking a ray through the environment. And in terms of audio, the AMD chip also includes a custom unit for 3D audio that Cerny thinks will redefine what sound can do in a video game. He says the following: so it's been a little bit of frustration. The audio did not change too much between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. With the next console, the dream is to show how dramatically different the audio experience can be when we apply significant amount of hardware horsepower to it. Now the result, Cerny says, will make you feel more immersed in the game, as sound come at you from above, from from behind and from the side. In the same article, Sony also reveals that PlayStation 5 will support up to 8K graphics, but there's no words here in terms of frame rate and if only certain games will support such high resolution. I'm not sure if Microsoft has full insight in what hardware Sony's got in mind for PlayStation 5, but according to Matt Booty at Microsoft, he had the following to say about Xbox Series X.
I think it will absolutely be the most powerful immersive console on the market.
Now, in all honesty, I think we should take comments like this with a scoop of salt, but please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But regardless, we can assume that PlayStation 5 will support 4K and up to 60 FPS at least. Komashi Insaka, a well-known leaker on Twitter, recently posted some findings for ship codenames Sparkman, Arden, Obrion and Ariel. Now, the first two are rumored to be related to the Xbox Series X, while the latter are rumored to be related to the PlayStation 5. Now, the new findings are very interesting as Sparkman and Arden have ray tracing and variable ray shading mentioned, while Ubrion and Ariel don't. If they are indeed related to the PlayStation 5 console, this means that Sony will not be using AMD technology for ray tracing and variable ray shading. Now, variable ray shading, if you don't know, is an API level feature that lets GPUs conserve resources by shading certain areas of the scene at a lower rate than the other without perceptible differences to the viewer. Now, Microsoft developed two tiers of VRS for its DirectX 12 API. Tier 1 is currently supported by NVIDIA Turing and Intel Gen 11 architectures, and while Tier 2 is supported by Turing, the current RDNA architecture doesn't support either tiers, but we believe that RDNA 2 will support this. Now, Microsoft has more or less already confirmed that the Xbox Series X will be powered by the second gen Navi with the RDNA 2 architecture, supporting both ray tracing and variable ray shading. Now, if Sony decides to go another route is hard to say, but judging from recent rumors, it does actually seem like they did this time, but please let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, although neither PS5 or Xbox Series X has been fully revealed yet, it is being rumored that they are very close in terms of power. Now, in recent reports, it's revealed that Sony's next-gen console is ahead in terms of performance, but the gap is expected to be closer before release date. Several game developers are reporting that the game performance is better on PS5, but this is probably because the PS5 development hardware and software are in a more advanced state than the Xbox Series X, and so when both consoles actually launch, the gap should be minimal to maybe even nothing, but still we gotta have to wait and see how this turns out. What we can say for sure is that one major advantage with today's console is that the game and applications are written in the same x86 language, and this is the same language we use on PCs, which makes porting games and applications a whole lot easier. And according to former PlayStation president Shuei Yoshida, the PlayStation 5 is at another level when it comes to the ease of developing games. We all remember reading about how difficult it was to developing games for PlayStation 3, for example, where various developers complained about the console architecture having a rather steep learning curve, and many game developers were criticized for not taking full advantage of the PS3 hardware, and this is something Sony's been working hard on trying to fix now. Yoshida said the following: "The PS3 era was one of the toughest time in the SIE 25-year history," and he adds that the PlayStation 5 is on a level never seen before when it comes to the ease of developing games. Also, that's obviously very positive news. With that said, let's touch on backwards compatibility as well. So according to the site Famitsu, it is still not 100% certain that every PS4 title will be backward compatible with the upcoming PS5, and when they asked for more details about this feature, Sony said, and this is translated by DualShockers, "Our development team is currently hard at work in order to make 100% backward compatibility with PS4 possible. Please wait for further information." Now, recent rumors also suggest that Sony intends to release a high-end PS5 Pro model alongside a base model, releasing both alongside each other in 2020. PS5 guys, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below.